Welcome all of you. I am Durgesh Kumar Pandey. Today I teach you a topic, Constitution, and in this I am going to explain about fundamental rights, which was a part in our original constitution, and this is right to property. Students, today this right to property is not a part of Indian constitution, but if you are looking in your original constitution, it is a part of our fundamental rights. But this right to property was removed from the list of fundamental rights in 1978 with 44th Amendment. Okay? So, this right to property was removed from the list of fundamental rights by 44th Amendment in 1978. And now, this right to property is now a legal right in Article 308. Okay, students? Means today, right to property is not a fundamental right, it is only a legal right. And Article 300A as a legal right, it is found, it is take place in our constitution, and we know the right to property is a legal right according to Article 308. Students, are you know the history of this right to property? Students, in 1973 a bench of some judge give a decision over right to property. You know the famous case of Keswanand Bharti case. This was a case, and in this case the final hearing was on 1973. The Supreme Court and their team of judges give a decision that right to property is not a basic structure of our Indian constitution. Okay? In 1973, our constitution first time used the word basic structure. Students, you know what is the basic structure of Indian constitution? This word was first time used by the Supreme Court. Basic structure means, like in our constitution, right to vote, equality, secularism, justice. These are the values. These are the some basic features. So, in 1973, the Supreme Court was saying there is some basic feature in our Indian constitution, and no one can violate this basic feature. And in the decision of 1973, Supreme Court was saying right to property is not the basic structure of our Indian constitution. That is why right to property was not a part of our Indian constitution, and right to property is not a basic feature of our basic structure of our Indian constitution. That is why it will be amendment, and after this in 1978 by the 44th Amendment of our government was made an amendment and they removed the right to property from the list of fundamental rights by 44th Amendment in 1978. Okay class, and now right to property is a legal right under the Article 308. Welcome students, I am Durgesh Pandey and your next topic is fundamental duties of citizens. Students, you know, in our constitution, these fundamental rights of citizens was added in our Indian constitution in 1976 by the 42th Amendment. Okay, friends, fundamental duties was added in 1976 by 42th Amendment of the Constitution. It says that every citizens of India have rights to protect their environment, and this is the duty of every citizens to protect the environment, protect the national anthem, protect the national emblem, and duty of every citizen is to respect the ideals of national movement, respect the diversity, sovereignty, and promote the fraternity among the peoples. And the duty of the citizens are to promote harmony among the society, and the duty of every parents is to educate their children, and it is the duty of every citizen to protect the historical monuments, to protect the national symbols, national flag. Okay class. Students, you know there are 11 fundamental duties in our constitution. In 1976, only 10 fundamental duties was added in our Indian constitution, but 11th duty was added later. You know what is the 11th duty? This is the duty of every parents to educate their children. This is a fundamental duty of every citizen. You know, class, there are some 10 other duties like to respect the national anthem, national flag, etc., to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of our nations, to protect the environment, to promote harmony among the society, save the public offices, public property. These are the some or fundamental duties. It is the duty of every person to encourage the scientific temper among the citizens. It is the duty of every citizens to do their best in all the field of work. Every citizens give their excellence in every aspects of life. These are the some important duties. Students, you know what is the directive principle of the state policy? These are the certain instructions for the states given by the Indian Constitution. These are the some duties which are given by the constitution to states, but they are not bound. The states using this guidelines and decide the objective of their work. Our Indian Constitution provides so many things in directive principle of the state policy and gives so many guidelines for the states, because a state should be welfare states, a state should be ensure the health services in the state, ensure the employment, ensure the education for children. And in the directive principle of state policy, so many guidelines was given to the government, like to protect the environment, to encourage the agriculture productivity, make the plan for them, and provide justice for everyone. And if one is poor, so it is the duty of the government to provide legal help to such a person. So these are the some directive principles of state policy given in our Indian Constitution. Some new things now added in the directive principle of state policy. The government also should be responsible to conserve the environment and propagate the agricultural production. And these all the responsibility of the state to encourage the small scale production, like Gharelu Udyog, small industries. So it is the responsibility of the state. The state should be improve the small scale production as well as in the large scale production. And it is the duty of government to provide, a government should provide the employment, health, other facility to their citizens. Students, our government was using so many points, obey so many points from the directive principle of state policy. Like our government was adopted mid-day meal program, land reforms, and these are listed in the directive principle of state policy, and our government following this directive principle of state policy. And today the states were trying to become a welfare states. States were providing free of cost education to the people, health facility which is totally free of cost, and our government was launching a program Manrega for the employment among the citizens. So these are the some schemes, and our government was trying to follow this directive principle of state policy. But the state government is not bound to follow these instructions. Okay? It is depend upon the state, it will be follow or not. Okay? If a state is not following the directive principle of state policy, so the matter is not going in the court. वही मैटर कोर्ट में नहीं जा सकता, ठीक है? Because this is not force for the state. It is the desire of the state to do or not do. Students, now come on the preamble. You know what is preamble? Preamble is the introduction of our Indian Constitution. It is a summary of our whole Constitution. Okay? And preamble is trying to summarize all the Indian Constitution in a few words. You know what is the preamble of Indian Constitution? We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic, and ensure justice for the people like social, economic and political. Okay? And liberty. Our constitution provides liberty, liberty of thoughts, expression, belief, faith and worship. And plus equality of status and promote among them all, and fraternity which ensuring the dignity of individual and also the unity and integrity of our nation. These are the some words in our preamble. Now, in this class, I would like to explain about these, like in the preamble starting with the we the people of India having, so it means हम भारत के लोग, means this who is maker of this constitution, the people of India by their representative. Maker of this preamble, maker of this constitution is the people who make their constitution with the help of their representative. So we the people of India, it means this constitution is making by the people of India by their representative, and the people of India is accepting these constitution, and we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. What is the meaning of sovereign? When a country is known as sovereign, when a country is taking their decision without any external pressure, a country decide their foreign affairs without any fear, this country is known as sovereign. If a country is take their internal matters without any pressure, they take the decision of their internal and external matters, so this country is known as sovereign. Our country is sovereign country because we are deciding on foreign relation without any pressure, and also the Indian government take the decision regarding the territory of India without any pressure. So India is a sovereign country. And second word is socialist. The meaning of socialist means we want to make India a socialist country where the gap between rich and poor should be minimum, and all the resources of the states are controlled by states also, and the government ensure the welfare of public by interfering, and the resources of the country is distributed equally among the people. So this is the idea of socialism. So we should make India a socialist country, secular. We should make India a secular country, means where all the religions are equally respected, and every religion have a rights to follow their norms, follow their concept, they coincide their religions, they have a right to establish their educational institute and propagate the belief and ideas of their religions. So India is a secular country. Okay? India is interfere and also not interfere. India adopted both policy. First, most of the time Indian government is not interfere in the matter of religion. But for the public welfare, for the welfare of different sections, our Indian government intervenes in the matter of religion. It should be positive or negative. Positive means our government give financial aid to educational institute. This is a positive interference. Sometime of Indian government provide negative interference, like in the Hindus community suffer with the untouchability and casteism. So in such a case, the government was interfering the Hindu society and try to eliminate the evils of their community. Now the next word is democracy. So India democratic होना चाहिए, should be a democratic. Means here the government work with the consent of people. Elected government is the ruler, and this elected government is elected by the people through an election. And next thing is republic. India should be a republic country. It means the head of the state is an elected person. Like a president in our country is an elected person, so India is a republic country. And ensure in all its citizens justice. Means preamble is saying that justice of their citizens should be secured. Means social, economical and political justice of Indians. Social justice. People of India got the social justice. Means they got equality. All the evils like caste systems should be eliminated. And social justice means there is no caste system. Everyone is equal. And no one got the privileges. Everyone have an opportunity. Economical means everyone have a right to job, everyone have a right to work, okay? And political means everyone have a right to vote, everyone have a right to participate in the election, etc. Everyone have a right to open their political office. These are the some political rights, and it is available for everyone. Like universal adult franchise, right to vote is available for everyone. So citizens को justice मिलना चाहिए, social, economical and political. And liberty, Indian God's liberty. कैसी liberty? Liberty of thoughts, expression, belief, faith and worship. इंडियंस को विचारों की, थॉट्स की लिबर्टी स्वतंत्रता, एक्सप्रेशन, अभिव्यक्ति. इंडियंस हैव अ लिबर्टी ऑफ थॉट्स, एक्सप्रेशन, बिलीव, फेथ एंड वर्शिप. ठीक है? एवरी इंडियन सिटीजन हैव अ राइट टू thought, they express their views, they believe on any ideas, means they believe in a stone if they want to. They have a right to faith on any religion, on any ideals, and they have a right to liberty to worship. Everyone have a right to worship their God according to their religion, according to their desire. Okay? And our Indian Constitution also provides equality of status and opportunity. Everyone is equal status and everyone have an opportunity. And next thing is we want to promote the dignity of individual and also promote among them is equality of status and opportunity, promote among them all. And fraternity means brotherhood. Next right is brotherhood. Fraternity means brotherhood, and fraternity which ensuring the dignity of individual means ऐसे भाईचारा को बढ़ाना है which ensure the dignity of individual and also the unity and integrity of our nation, हमारे देश की एकता और अखंडता को भी बनाए रखे. ठीक है, तो वी शुड इनकरेज सच टाइप ऑफ फ्रैटर्निटी, ऐसी भाईचारों को बढ़ाना है. तो दीज आर द सम वर्ड्स of our Indian Constitution which are presented in the preamble, and this gives the idea of our Indian Constitution.